I think I found the best hiking shoes. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Backpacking Adventures. I'm Dan. Today I'm going to be talking about what I think are the best hiking shoes that you can use for backpacking. As you're aware, I prefer trail runners over hiking boots. I'll take them over boots any day. However, I'm not going to compare or debate those reasons in this video. Today I'm just going to be talking about the best trail runners. Now, over the past couple years, I have tried many different types of shoes like Salomon's, Columbia's. I've even tried the Lone Peak Ultra 3.5, which, if you don't already know it, are pretty much the most popular shoe that hikers and thru hikers use on the trail. Now, I wore the Lone Peak Ultras for well over a year, and I have to tell you, I hated them. You can put all your hate comments to me in the comments below on how I should have acclimated to them, how I need to wear them for periods of time to get used to them. I did all that. I wore them for over a year, and I just didn't like them. They just were not for me. The Lone Peaks were not very cushioned at all, at least for me, and I could feel almost every rock when I was walking on the trail. And I had nothing but calf pain, and I ended up with a very severe case of plantar fasciitis. For those of you that don't know what plantar fasciitis is, it is the inflammation of that long, thick band that runs from your toe to your heel. Plantar fasciitis will cause excruciating pain in your heel and in the arch of your feet. It's almost like walking on knives or glass, and I am not exaggerating. Mine was really bad. I even went to a podiatrist. I went through therapy, I tried custom inserts, I even had the series of shots of cortisone in the heel, and let me tell you, that shot, it is not fun at all. So not only do I have plantar fasciitis, but I just have freaky feet in general. I have very high arches in my feet, and my feet are wide. So it is very difficult for me to find a shoe that's going to be comfortable walking mile after mile. And if you haven't noticed, I'm just a little bit overweight. I'm sure that also contributed to my plantar fasciitis. I gave up on the Lone Peaks and I went to REI, and I basically went in and asked for a shoe that can support a very high arch, one that can support a very wide foot, one that has very thick cushion for the heels, basically for my plantar fasciitis, and mostly is not zero drop. And what they came up with was the Hoka 1-1 Stinson ATR 5s. I bought these shoes, and I tell you, I have never gone back. They have totally changed my hiking experience and have made it so much easier and nicer to hike. They've allowed me to hike longer distances and longer throughout the day, mainly because my feet aren't hurting so much. Now, these weigh 12.1 ounces, and they have a drop of about 5 millimeters, which means the drop between the heel and the toe is about 5 millimeters, as opposed to the Ultra Lone Peaks that have a zero drop, meaning your heel and the balls of your feet are level. Now, on the Hoka website, they spec out their shoes based on two categories: the stability and the cushion. The stability ranges from neutral to stable, and the cushion ranges from responsive to very plush. These are rated for stability as neutral and plush for cushion. Now, you may be thinking that, well, they must not be very stable, they have the lowest rating. Well, that's not entirely the case. These have a very wide sole and foot box, which will give you that stability. Now, they're not quite as wide as the Ultra Lone Peak 3.5s, but they are the widest toe box in any shoe you can get. So they do allow your toes to spread apart as you're hiking, give you that extra room. Now, the shoe does not have a rock plate. Now, what a rock plate is a very thin piece of plastic or titanium or some kind of material inside the sole of the shoe that prevents you from feeling all those little sharp rocks and the roots and different things, and just allow for a more comfortable experience. But the cushion on these shoes is very thick. These are probably close to a couple inches. If you can see that, it is 2 inches thick at the heel. And when I say that it's 2 inches thick, I don't mean that your foot goes in and some of this goes up around your heel. It doesn't. You are walking on all of that cushion, and I can tell you, it is like walking on a trampoline or on pillows. When you have your weighted backpack on, you can feel how when you step, your feet softly go down. It is just amazing. These shoes are very soft to walk in. So because of that cushion, you don't feel all those rocks and all those sharp objects you're walking on. So you don't need a rock plate. Now, the traction on these shoes is outstanding. I've been using these for over a year now, and I've been in wet conditions, in dry conditions, hot and cold, and I can tell you, I don't know what this material is made of, but it almost sticks to the rocks. I know in my Ultras, I was always worried about sliding down rocks, even when it was dry out. With these, it's weird. They just grip to the rock. Now, when there's wet rocks, sure, you're still gonna slip, but these do not slip anywhere near any other shoe that I've ever worn. I don't know if that's because the soles are so soft and they just grip, but these are amazing. These shoes do come in a range of different colors. Just like their other shoes, you can go check it out on their website. As far as sizing, these are pretty true to size. So I wear 9.5, these are 9.5. It's not like the Ultras where you have to go one, almost even two sizes up to make sure they fit you correctly. So these are luckily true to size. Now, because these soles are so cushiony and soft, they don't last as many miles as maybe the Lone Peak Ultra or other shoes that have a harder sole. These will last you probably around anywhere between 300 to 400 miles. You could probably push the 500 mile, but you would definitely be lacking that cushion that you had when they were brand new. Now, since you probably already noticed, I am a little bit overweight. So hiking with weight on your back can cause pain in your ankles, your knees, your hips, your lower back. Sure, if I lose weight, probably would help that, but if you are overweight, the cushion on these shoes, I'm telling you, will help with all that knee pain and those different aches and pains that you get from hiking long miles. And these have helped me with my plantar fasciitis, and they also help me with all those aches and pains that you get from slamming your feet for 20 miles in a day. Now, if you're experienced with trail runners, you already know that the insoles that come with it are garbage. You might as well not even use them. Most hikers will get a different kind of insole. I've tried many different insoles. I've tried the Superfeet. I've tried insoles from my podiatrist, all different kinds. And because of the arch of my foot and how my foot is just freaky, I use the cheap $20 Dr. Scholl plantar fasciitis insoles. And I just keep going back to them, and they work great. And since they're for plantar fasciitis, they add even more cushion to the sole of your foot. Now, for the cost of these aren't cheap. These are pretty expensive. These are about twice as much as the Lone Peak Ultras. And at the time of making this video, these were $160 a pair. And I know I'm gonna get some hate comments on why don't you review some gear that's cheaper. Well, this is what works for me. So if you don't like it, you can leave your comments below. But based on the price of these last. I know with other shoes, the little toe comes off, you get rips and tears. These hold up great. And to me, for getting rid of all those aches and pains and for how they make me feel on a hike, 160 bucks is well worth it. All right, so if you like this video, make sure you like it, share it, give it a thumbs up, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.